day. By 6, my alarm will go off every day. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 weeks, before the alarm goes off, you're already up. Because you've done it consistently. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, now your brain has a clear instruction. Because the brain has been told you must do 5. You'll push until when you hit 5. But if you don't tell it to do anything, it's okay. Even if I don't do it, I'll do it tomorrow. Because there is nothing you feel you are losing in the first place. Are we together? But when you're someone who's saying that I'll do this number of people every other day, at the end of the week, you'll be like, hey man, I missed out on 20 people. This week I'm behind by 15 people. This week I'm behind by 10 people. Why? On this day and this day and this day, I did not do anything. Are we together? Number 2, focus on showing up, not perfection. Focus on showing up, not perfection. Many people fail because they want to do things perfectly. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing like perfection. That's an illusion. That is an illusion. There's always going to be something lacking. Up to today, we are still learning OQATA Wellness Solutions. But has it stopped us from making the money? No way. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll never know everything. But the truth is, you know enough. You know enough. What you know is enough, ladies and gentlemen, to get you results. I've seen people saying, you know what? I cannot do this because I've not started making the money. I cannot do this because I'm still learning the business. I cannot do this, I cannot go on stage because I don't have the results. I don't have this. Let me ask you. When we started OQATA, what did we have? When Madame Jalia joined OQATA, when we were presenting for you guys, were we members of OQATA? Had we earned any money from OQATA? No way. Had we traveled in OQATA? No way. Did you have teams in OQATA? No way. Had we seen the products of OQATA? No way. Did we know OQATA fully? No way. Did that stop us from taking action? It did not. It did not. Ladies and gentlemen, why we didn't wait to be perfect people in the business? We didn't wait to first master the entire compensation plan. No way. Today, no one knows how Diamond behaves. No one knows how Ruby behaves. No one knows how the Fraha points work. We are just making them. When the time comes to use them, we shall know how they work. You are bothered by upline. I want to learn how they encash money. First make the money, then you know how to encash the money. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, you're saying that I don't have a good phone. Begin with the one you have. Even the one you have, you fail to use it. First use it to learn how to do the settings. Then be bothered by the quality of the video later. But when at least you know the basics about it. Not so. Upline, I am not putting on a suit. Don't you worry about the suit. First use the good shirt you have. It will buy you the suit. Use the shoe you have first. Let it walk. Let it help you to walk. Then you buy the ones which will be in the car. But begin with the ones you have. Upline, I cannot explain diabetes. What do you know about diabetes? There is tingling. Begin with the tingling because that's what you know. Are we together? Upline, I cannot invite people. How did they invite you? They didn't tell me about the business. Do the same. Do the same. Are we together? Upline, I cannot explain the business. Okay, you cannot explain. What do you know about the business? I know 1 left to 1 right is 165. Explain that. Begin with that. Why do you want to first know what I know when I'm 1 year and 7 months? Begin with what 1 day old people know. Begin explaining that. After you've mastered it, then you'll add on. Do you understand me? Now, ladies and gentlemen, just look at, can I take action? Can I take action? Ladies and gentlemen, discipline says, do it even if it is messy. Even if it is still a mess, begin with what you do, what you have. How many of us remember when we were in high school, the boys in the house, the men in the house? How many of us remember when your soap was over, finished, but you have to wash your shirt? You put it in water, you do whatever you can. The dirt that goes off, it goes off. The one that remains, I will begin from there. How many of us remember? You're saying, that's what the men go through. Ask your brothers. Hey! How many of us went to single schools like me? Hey, welcome to the class. You use what you have. Are we together? Ladies and even if it is a mess, the little thing organized in that mess is enough. How many of us you've ever been hungry at home? You have spaghetti, you don't have salt. It's midnight, but you're hungry. What do? Do you say, I will not eat because I have no salt? You boil and eat. You will find the salt tomorrow. You will swallow the salt. You will swallow the salt later. But when you're satisfied. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, most of us are waiting to be organized. Organized for what? They're saying, do it even if it's not your best. Let me tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. No one will ever do or will ever have their best version. Because even when you're at your best version, you will realize there is something better than what you did yesterday. How many of us have realized that? That even when you do a good presentation, when they start asking you questions, you realize there are things you don't know well. You realize there are questions you didn't answer to the satisfaction of the prospect. Not so? But you did your part anyway. How many of us have presented to someone and the guy says, okay, I've not understood everything, but I can still get into the business. Has this happened? It simply means your presentation was not the best. But all you did was, you said, let me just do it. Let me just do it. Ladies and gentlemen, a simple post is better than no post. Have a messed up post. Have a post, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be rejected. Have a video that's not well explanatory. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is from that video that people are going to come across your mistakes and they will tell you, man, you did a video, but your video is lacking. What is it lacking? A, B, C, D. You go and correct. How will they know your mistakes? How will you know your mistakes before you actually do the first mistake? You post, then you get to know why things are not working out well for you. The people who are improving, you cannot improve before you act. You only improve after you have acted. Are we together? I can't say that I'm going to improve my English when I'm not trying it. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, a short call is better than no call. I don't mean the other calls, no. I mean the invitations. Are we together? From this consistency, it's from this consistency that your confidence is built. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be confident about your business, be consistent. If you want to be very good at your business, be consistent first. Are we together? And ladies and gentlemen, Patel, come on my phone a bit. There's a video I want to send to Hassan. I want to play it for you at the end. Are we together? And ladies and gentlemen, they're saying that. Number 3, track your activity daily. Track your activity daily. This is where things get real. This is where things get real. That if you don't track it, you'll think you are consistent. But you are not. How many of us, ladies and gentlemen, have thought you are working so hard, but you realize, hey, When you go to check the numbers, when you go to audit your daily activities, you realize you are wasting most of the time actually. How many of us have actually made money but you realize when you're even saving, you realize, man, I'm losing a lot of money. A lot of money is going through my fingers without me noticing. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, they're saying that if you don't track it, you'll think you are consistent when in reality you are not. So what does that mean? It means that you have to track your numbers. Which numbers? The numbers of the new contacts. You are saying you are prospecting. Ask yourself, how many did I collect in reality today? How many did I collect yesterday? How many did I collect for this entire week? When you are not tracking them, you prospect 3 people because remember, everything is an emotional decision. You prospect 5 and you feel you've done a lot of work. But when you go to spread the 5 over, when you go to spread the 5 prospects you've gotten over a full week, you realize you did what? You did nothing. Are we together? I was talking to a certain networker. He was like, man, I've made a lot of money. And this gentleman had made, I think, he had made like 100 million out of his business. He said, I've made a lot of money, but I don't know where the money has gone. I asked him, for how long have you been in that company? 7 years. I told him, get 100 million divided by 7. How much is it per year? 100 divided by 7. How much is it? 14 million. Okay, around 14 million. Is 14 million per year a lot of money? No, it's no more money. It can actually go through you without doing anything. It can go through you. That you'll find that yes, you have survived, you've done some things, but there is nothing so significant that you have done in reality. Where is this video? Okay. I think I'll look for it next time. So, ladies and gentlemen, they're saying track your follow-ups, track the presentations you've done. I want you to sit and ask yourself, and so how many of us have woken up and said, I'm not signing people, I'm not getting people joining my business. But have you started to look at how many people you've even told about your business? Are we together? You're saying people are not buying my products. Ask yourself, how many have you told about your products? You're saying my team is not so active. How many people do you even have in the team? How many have even sat down to strategize with for them to become productive? That is the question. All together. Ladies and gentlemen, even a simple notebook works. Get that simple notebook and be writing down some of these small things. Are we together? The years where I've actually I learned this. You go and read a book titled The Richest Man in Babylon. It's good for finances. Very good for tracking your finances. Go look for that book. It taught me so many things. Go and also look for a book titled The Compound Effect. Very good book. If you want to be consistent, if you want to be committed, if you want to understand the power of stacking up, of doing small things over time, if you want to raise the power of that, go and read that book, The Compound Effect. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, what gets measured gets improved. This simply means that if you cannot measure it, then you cannot improve it. If you are saying, I am working so hard, can you measure your hard work? Your hard work is in how many have I talked to? How many have I presented to? How many have I approached? How many have I sent the messages? That is the measurement. If you cannot measure your hard work, Some people will come and tell you, I've talked to so many people. How many is the question? Because even 2 is plural. There are also many. Even 5 are many. It's also plural. Not so? So is 5 enough if you look at the reality of the business? Is 2 enough if you look at the reality of the business? It's not enough. Are we together? And ladies and gentlemen, number 4, they are saying, build a routine around it. Build a routine around it. That if you are going to be committed and disciplined, then ladies and gentlemen, you must have a routine for all your actions. That yes, you've said, I'm going to talk to 10 people. I'm going to post 5 videos. I'm going to do this number of presentations. I'm going to mentor 20 people. Ladies and gentlemen, have a routine for doing that. They're saying that discipline is easier when your day has a structure. When your day has a structure. The moment, ladies and gentlemen, the moment your day is mapped out, is well programmed, then it's going to be so easy for you, ladies and gentlemen, to be consistent. Why? You know what you're supposed to do after. You know what you're supposed to do every other time. One activity after the other. One activity after the other. Why? It's all programmed. When it's not programmed, you're going to come and attend a morning training. And then after the morning training, your question will be, what do I do now? That's how you find yourself watching Facebook Reels. That's how you find yourself going through TikTok videos. That's how you find yourself, ladies and gentlemen, seated, waiting for the presentation, and 2 hours have gone by. After the presentation, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to stand and ask yourself, do I go home? Do I remain? Do I go for lunch? Do I invite? What do I do? That at that time, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to make an emotional decision, not an objective or strategic decision. Why? You don't know what follows what. You don't know what to do next. That, ladies and gentlemen, anything at that particular time can come through. What will seem exciting, what will seem easier is what our minds will go for. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, they're saying that when it becomes a routine, you don't waste energy deciding when to act or on what to act. Your daily activities should feel like no option, no emotions or not emotional, just part of the routine. Ladies and gentlemen, even if it gets boring, carry on. Carry on. Before actually an action gets boring to you, it simply means you've not done enough of it. The only way you're going to know that actually you're committed, you're consistent, you're disciplined, it's when you feel, I've attended enough of the morning service. Why? Every day you're there. Every day you're there. That actually what happens is, the moment you reach that point of boredom, the moment you reach that point of, you know what, I've overdone it, when you overcome that phase, forever and ever, it will be a part of you. That even if you don't come for the morning sale, you'll find yourself up during the morning sale time. Why? It's a part of you. It is a habit. It has become a part of your life. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, they're saying, make it non-negotiable that even on a bad day, even on a bad day, even on the day when you feel you don't want to act, ladies and gentlemen, you just lower the intensity, but you don't skip completely. It was one of the crazy subjects that you'd go in these books, you do the first exercise, you fail. You do the second one, you fail. You do the third one, like, you know what? Let me go to the obvious ones, the examples. You start practicing on the what? On the examples. Because all you want is, I must revise this subject. I must revise the what? The subject. You go and read geography. You do go through the Portuguese conquest, you fail to cram it. You say, you know what? The Portuguese conquest has become a problem. Let me go to the advantages and disadvantages of what? Are we together? You go to the obvious questions. Why? All you are looking at is, how do I remain in action mode? How do I remain reading this subject even when I am at the lowest point, when my head is not working at its best? Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, yes, you said today you are going to go and prospect 10 people on the street, but your confidence has dropped and you say, it is okay. I've not managed to go and get the ones outside there, but let me hunt the ones on Facebook who are not seeing me. Still, I must do my 10. That's consistency and discipline. The moment you have a routine, ladies and gentlemen, and you are so disciplined to it, you will always actually follow it, even when you are at the lowest. Do you know what only do? You just lower the intensity. You just look out for which is the easiest way to do it, but you still do it. You still do it. Even when, yes, you say today I want to do 5 presentations. You don't do all the 5 presentations, maybe. Some of your guests didn't come. You say it is okay. Who do I still send the video of the presentation? Why? I must still do my 5 presentations. That's what I'm talking about. Are we together? Today I must mentor 5 people. 3 of them didn't come to the training center. You go and look for, who do I replace with these 3? Why? On your program it says it is mentorship time. Are we together? You say, I'm going to invite 30 people. You know what? You call the first person, he doesn't pick. Second person doesn't pick. You look for the easy picks, but you still do what? Invite. There are days you're going to wake up and say, today I'm going to call the hardest prospects only. But then, you know what? Your energy is down. All of us, we are human beings. It will happen. But still, the moment you have a routine, you'll say, it's okay. I was supposed to call the big fish. Let me go for the mud fish now. But I will still fish. At least I must go home with what? With the fish. Are we together? You at least console yourself, but when you've acted, that's why they say, even a small, short call is better than no call. Are we together? Yes, I've not gotten a tilapia. At least let me go back home with what? With a small one. Let me go with the mud fish. Kangenene mukena at least. Never tegen it never dewa. Fishmongers. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, number 5. Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. You cannot rely only on willpower. You cannot rely only on willpower. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth of the matter is, sometimes the discipline disciplines you. Sometimes the consistency becomes a problem. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, keeping the foot on the pedal becomes a bit hard. It happens. Sometimes we are emotionally drained. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, our willpower burns out. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, we forget why we are doing something. This is why they are saying that you must hold yourself accountable. How do you hold yourself accountable? Get a mentor. Get a coach. Who will realize that today your willpower is down and will still say, I still want the results. You said you're going to talk to 5 people per day. Where are they? Are we together? You still want someone, ladies and gentlemen, who will say my willpower is down, my motivation is down, and they will still come and pump air into you and jumpstart and put you up again. You need that person. Because all of us, ladies and gentlemen, at one point or the other, our morale goes down. All of us. There are people I've met saying, I've given up on this rank this month, I will not be able to do it. You pump them again, they go up again. You demand, they push for it again. Choose to get a what? a mentor. Get a team leader. Choose, ladies and gentlemen, get someone. Maybe you apply and quit. Tell someone, I want to be in your team. I want to work with your team. Because everyone in my team quit the business. It is okay. You have not quit yet. Look for someone to mentor in the business. Look for someone under whose leadership you're going to act. So, ladies and gentlemen, even when the willpower cannot be relied on, let me be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. No one should ever make you feel that setting an alarm is a weakness. It is not a weakness. It is a strength. It is a strength. There is nothing that will ever be as powerful as mastering your weaknesses. Nothing. There's nothing, ladies and gentlemen. There's no one who's going to be as powerful as someone who has mastered their weaknesses, that they still act amidst their weaknesses. No one is going to beat someone who is going to say, you know what, me, I know my weakness is waking up, and they set 20 alarms. That guy is going to beat you. Because that guy has accepted, you know what, sometimes my guard goes low, but I'll still do it. Are we together? Fear a person who goes to someone and says, John, I am not good at inviting. What do I do? Fear that guy. Fear that person. That person is more powerful than someone who says, me, I know it, and they're doing nothing. Fear that person. Fear someone who's fighting to improve. Fear someone, ladies and gentlemen, who has said, me, this is my weakness, but I'm going to master it. I'm going to manage it like this. Fear someone who realizes, I have integrity issues, and says, I will not touch money again. Everyone who brings money, take it to the company, take it so and so, put it here. Fear that person. That person is stronger than even you thinks, me, I am powerful in this area. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, get an accountability partner. Maybe, sometimes you have a routine, but you as the person, sometimes wake up like, okay, I want to invite, but not now. You feel lazy about it. Has it happened before? You have a program, but following the program has become a problem. It has become a problem. Get someone, ladies and gentlemen, who you say, let us partner together. Me and you. Me and you. We are going to be invitation partners. We shall be inviting every day at 3 p.m. Every at 3 p.m. Even when you don't want to invite, you see this guy coming, they remind you, me, I'm ready. Where are you? I am waiting for you here. Today, they remind you. Tomorrow, you'll be the one to do what? To remind them. Actually, look at all the people who are succeeding. They have got someone they are actually partnering with that they are pushing together. You who is working alone, you who is alone, let me be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, sitting in that morning cell alone is not enough. Go ahead and get an action partner. Go ahead and get someone who you are going to record with. If they record you, you record them. You vet their video, they vet your video. Invite with them. They listen to your bad script, you listen to their bad script. Are we together? They make 1 million, they show it to you, they show you they have made 0. You make 0, they show you they have made 2 million. That person is going to take you to even a higher level than any other person in business. Are we together? Get someone, ladies and gentlemen, your problem is waking up. Get someone who wakes you up in the morning deliberately. That the moment they don't call you, you also call them. You call them today, tomorrow they are going to call you. You don't come, they ask why you didn't come. They don't come, you also ask them why they didn't come. That's how we keep ourselves running up. That's how we keep our energy up. Why? We have got partners, all of us. People that we are pushing business with. People who have got the same ideology. People have got the same mentality like you. Are we together? People you are comfortable telling, you know what? I made 0 out of 0. People you're comfortable telling, you know what? Today, I don't feel like even holding the phone. Are we together? Because sometimes you fear to, how do I tell my mentor that I cannot hold the phone today? The guy will kill me. I know some of you are scared. How do I go to Jaria? Jaria is my mentor. But how do I tell her that today I don't feel like recording a video? What will she think about me? She will chase me away. Are we together? Have that person you will tell, you know what? Today I don't feel like recording a video. And they will understand you. And they will talk you back into recording the video. Are we together? Because your mentor will say, you're becoming unserious. When you become serious again, that's when I'll talk to you again. But your partner, they will talk sense in you. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, even report your numbers daily to someone. If you cannot have this book, okay, have someone, ladies and gentlemen, that you are willing and free to share with. But make sure, wherever you are, have someone you're accountable to. Have someone you're accountable to. Good pressure creates consistency. Good? Let me be honest with you. Fight to be on this stage for recognition, and you will never leave this stage. Those of you who are scared of coming on this stage for recognition, you don't know what you are missing. You don't know what you are missing. Do you know why one comes on stage once for 500 CVs and says, I'll never leave it? It's the pressure. It is the pressure. When people keep coming, you see, if I've not seen you on stage, my morale of coming to ask you how many CVs you have now is very low. Because I know, maybe when I ask you, you might get emotional about it. So I leave you in your peace. But this guy was there to come and say, this month so far, how many? Do you know how many times I asked Kennedy how many CVs you have now? Are we together? Do you know the biggest pressure for the top earners? Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. It's not even making more money. It is what will I explain to the people? That I was a man and now I am not a man. That pressure is enough to keep you going. It's enough to keep you going. Dare come here and see. The day they announce the next recognition, you skip 3 heartbeats. Because like this time, where am I? Are we together? This time, what have I improved? Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, when our money drops, our money is dropped, by the way, because we are in business. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't drop just like that. You always put in a fight. Why? Our monies are public. Our monies are public. The one who comes on stage, you're public. No one is going to come to you and say you're the longest serving IBO. No one is interested. They'll say, it's okay, you're an IBO, we know. Become a bronze, become a brass and remain there for 5 months. Naegwe. Brass, we're going to coach. We're watching a brass. Who said the master of our brass business builders? Who said the longest serving bronze work company? Church again a muscle. We shall come and ask you. But no one is going to come and ask you why I am an IBO. No one is going to come and ask you. No one is going to come and ask you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to look for good pressure. Look for good pressure. Find a reason. Find someone, ladies and gentlemen, who is going to keep you on your toes all the time. Look for someone who's going to keep you on what? On your toes all the time. Get someone you want to compete with, healthy, in a very healthy way. Someone, you're not actually competing, you're just comparing. Man, this month I've made this money. How much have you made? I made nothing. So what do we do for you to make the money? You start planning. Get that person. Get that person. Are we together? And finally, Number 6, the final point, they are saying, Hassan? Number 6, they are saying, detach from the emotions. One of the reasons why we are not consistent is we are too emotional about everything. Moods. What are moods? Nze nyize, nze siri mu mbeera. Gwe va mu mbeera olabe ne sente zigenda kuva mu mbeera. Are we together? This is the real game changer. There will be days you feel lazy. There will be days you'll feel discouraged. There will be days you'll feel like nothing is working. Ladies and gentlemen, forget about those bad days. Forget about the laziness. Forget about anything. Guys, let me tell you one thing. One thing I've learned in business and in success, as far as success is concerned, put emotions aside, feelings aside. Not because you're not a human being. Know when emotions should come in and when they shouldn't come in. Are we together? You must accept. When you're feeling lazy, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to be disciplined and consistent, then even when you feel lazy, find the easiest thing you can do about it. When you're feeling you are discouraged, go to your mentor, let them pump sense into you again. Go and watch motivation. Go and do whatever. There's a downline I had. This lady used to really motivate me the most. This lady would come. She has a challenge. Things have happened. She's very low. Should come. Applying. I have this big problem. And at first I realized she was not a crybaby. But for every problem that comes, she would cry. Every problem. So every time she would come to me, my first question was, are you done crying? Go home, cry, then you come back. Go home, cry, and come back. Go home, cry, and come back. She became a top 1 in Tanzania. But she was a crybaby. Even when she was a top 1. One thing she had mastered was, she had mastered how to overcome her emotions. She would actually feel the pinch, let it hit her, then she comes. Applying, I am now ready. Applying, I have this problem, now I have come. What do I do? What do I do? She was always asking for advice all the time. All the time she had a question, all the time she had a problem. That is someone who has mastered their weakness. Are we together? The ladies and gentlemen, even you, when you feel lazy, find what is that thing that gets you up? What is that thing that gets you crazy again? May I tell people that I don't listen to slow music. R&B things. Those things, I don't. Backstreet Boys. The blues, those love songs. What P? I want pump up all the time. Hey, these things of you're there, you're feeling sweet, sorry. No. Hey, nyagala ngachikuba bulungi ngotula mu kifuba ngachikuba. Are we together? Guys, I'm not saying that you also need to love what I like. Maybe you kadongo kamu yekuzako. Go and listen to your kadongo kamu. Are we together? Go and listen to Rod Fred Sebata. Are we together? Go and look for your guy. What I'm simply saying is, get something that gets your spirit up again. Are we together? Is it watching soccer? Is it listening to music of some kind? Is it listening to motivation? Is it talking to someone? Is it whatever it is? Just make sure this thing of I feel discouraged is not a part of you. Look for medicine for it. Because let me be honest with you, the discouragements have not yet started. They are coming. They are coming in full swing, by the way. You think they have rejected you? They have not yet started. They are coming. They are coming. You think people hate you? They don't hate you. They are soon starting. Find a remedy for them. That's what success is about. No one is hated like a rich man. No one. Because everyone feels you're taking what is their share. Everyone is looking at you as a problem. Let me be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to be successful? Do you want to be that person who's going to be able to build an empire? Who's going to be consistent with what you're doing? Discouragement is not part of you. Emotions, not part of you. Are we together? If you're this person who is so emotional attached to everything that happens, how are you going to actually help your downline who's feeling low? How are you going to help your downline, ladies and gentlemen, who is saying, upline, I want to quit? Will you cry with him? How will you get this person who's saying, upline, me have given up on life, I want to die? Ladies and gentlemen, those are things you're coming for. In MLM, in sales, how many of us, those are selling products, how many of us realize that you are not just a salesperson, you even become a counselor? You have become a counselor. That your mental sanity has to be in balance all the time. A guy is going to come and tell you, I have diabetes, I don't know what to do. I've done everything. I feel like I need to give up. What do? Do you say, I am also not feeling okay. My moods are also down. Please die. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, that's not how you're going to be a successful person. Are we together? You see your baby is like, Mom, me mathematics is a problem. Okay, you leave it. We shall do other subjects. Because I'm also feeling discouraged about life. Your down comes upline. Me, I feel this business I cannot manage anymore. Even me, I feel it is hard. Let me tell you one thing. Do you want to close more people? Never and never conquer with your client. Never conquer with your downline. Never. Never accept, I don't have many things. Never accept, I cannot get to people. Never accept these things of, I don't have money, I don't have time. Never accept. Acceptance is telling the guy, it is okay not to do the business. Never accept your downline's excuses. They don't come for a morning sale. Even if it is reasonable, show them. Inside you know it is reasonable, but don't accept it. I came late. Why? I had this and this. How? Couldn't you do it earlier? But he's saying, it is okay, I understand. But don't show them you accept it. That's how business is. That's how life is. Your kid fails. They were sick all the time. You don't say it is okay to fall sick and fail again. No. You show them you must overcome the sickness, young man. Because ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for the success you want, if you want to, because discipline is for those who want to be successful. Those who want to remain average, discipline is not their thing. Are we together? You want to be successful, then you cannot dodge discipline. You cannot dodge consistency if you want to be successful. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, however rough the road is, if you're down and says, upline, I went in this market, the road was rough. The food is bad. The people are bad. They'll even kill me. Motivate the guy to go back. Don't tell him leave the market. No. How? Let them go back. That's your work. That is your work. Those are selling products. A guy says, me, I cannot live without this. You must talk them up. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not a salesperson only. You're also a counselor. You're also a mentor to those people you are treating. To those people you're giving products. Do you want a guy to come back to you to buy the second time? Then you must give them an extra service of counseling them, of mentoring them. That's why a good nurse will always actually have more clients, more patients coming back to them because of the way they handled them. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, they are saying, discipline says, feel it, but still do the work. Feel the pain, feel the pleasure, feel the discouragement, feel the laziness, feel the weight, but still do what? Still do the work. In short, there is no reason for not working. They are saying, ladies and gentlemen, you don't wait for the mood. You move anyway. The mood will find you along the way. Are we together? The mood will find you along the way. How many of us remember when our parents or your elder brothers, your elder siblings, were walking you to school when you're even dozing? Your brother is in a hurry. For him, he's in P7, you're in P1. For them, their class begins at 7. Yours is at 9. But the guy has to go with you because the parents said you cannot leave this one behind. The guy goes pulling you like a goat. You wake up along the way, you find yourself in class. Imagine, I want you to imagine these toddlers who are going to these kindergartens. If you told them go to school when you feel like, how many of them would even do one math? He's excited day 1 when you buy a bag and the uniform. Day 3, not anymore. Not anymore. Mom, I feel the leg is paining. Hey, wake up, wake up, wake up. Then the kid becomes okay again. But if you say you're going to be lenient with the kid, you not have an educated child. If you be lenient with your downline, you not have a good downline. You not have them. You want a downline who's going to be platinum. You want to create a platinum by Are we together? You're not going to have a quality downline when you're handling them like what? Are we together? You're not going to have serious business when you're acting lousy. There is no way. It's going to require a new version of you, like the morning script was saying. That if you're going to get better results, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to require a new version of you. Your commitment, your moods, your whatever, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to change. And you have this, that success is not built on what you do occasionally, but on what you do consistently. Especially when you don't feel like it. Thank you so much. May the Almighty God bless you.